song, Ghost of the Band. Definitely my favorite band. This is a quiz on Sporkle. Name all of Ghost BSC's songs by Ivan B0504. So, as you can see, Opus to Skeletor, including the EPs and the miscellaneous. So, let's get into this. So, of course, we start with Deus Culpa, which leads into Conclavia, Con Dio, Ritual, Elizabeth, Stand By Him. I believe it's Satan Prayer, sorry, next. Satan Prayer, then it's Death Knell, Prime Mover, and a personal favorite of mine, Genesis. Going on to album 2, Infesti Sumam, that leads into Per Aspera et Inferi, which goes into their first big single, Secular Haze. Oh no, I skipped one of my favorite songs, Gigolo Armageddon. I never do that. That's really weird that I would. Year Zero, which leads into Body and Blood, which goes into Idolatrine, Depth of Satan's Eyes, and finally Monstrous Clock. Now, the first EP, If You Have Ghosts. I don't really know the orders on the EPs, so those I am allowing myself to not do in order, but this one I did do in order. Anyway, album 3, probably my favorite, Meliora, Spirit from the Pinnacle to the Pit, Cerise, Spoxonet, is Mummy Dust, and then it's Majesty next, yes, Devil Church, Absolution, which I'm so sad they play every other song except Absolution in the Skeletor. That makes me kind of sad, but okay. And then Deus and Absentia, which is another favorite of mine. Popestar, of course, they're iconic. Square, Hammer, Missionary Man, I believe, Bible, and Nocturnal Me. Like I said, I'm not holding myself accountable if I don't get the EPs in order. But Prequel, which was the album that introduced me to them, Ashes, Rats, Faith, See the Light, Miasma, Dance Macabre, Pro Memoria, Witch, Image, Hell, Fet as Fonster, and Life Eternal. Really just That was very short, so I think it'd be very fun if we go on to, I think it's called Tier List Maker, whatever the tier list website is, and rank these songs. So I'll see you then. Alright, my friends, I am here. I have us all set up now. If you notice down here, I do have a haven't heard section, which, yes, it is true. There are very select songs that I have not heard by Ghost. I'm also just noticing this doesn't have Skeletor, but I'll do that just by saying it, because you can't expect everyone to rush to tiermaker.com to add Skeletor songs. Okay, so we'll go in order here. You would think that this would be alphabetical, but for some reason Twinties is front and center, which, sure, man, I guess I won't argue with it. So Twinties, I think that gets an S. I mean, this is gonna be very strongly skewed. Like, obviously D and F aren't going to be used at all. C maybe rarely. Most are going to be sitting in S and A because it's Ghost. Absolution is fantastic. Yeah, Absolution gets an S. Ashes. It is just an opening. Yeah, it's just an opening, so. Body and Blood. That's a fun one. It's probably going to get a B. I don't listen to the EPs because I like listening to the original music more. So I don't really listen to the covers, except for Jesus He Knows Me, because that's obviously the exception. But please don't hate me, fellow Ghost fans. Bite of Passage, that is a C, because that is like 4 seconds long. Conclave Condio is an S. Cerise, of course, is an S. Call Me Little Sunshine is, yeah, I'll call it an A. I know it's very popular, but I don't know. I've never been super into it. I just remembered also that my mouse is very loud, so I'm gonna move to the trackpad. Here's 5. Darkness at the Heart of My Love, S. Death Knell. I don't know, cause like it's a really good song. I don't feel great about that. Deus Culpa. Again, Deus and Absentia. Love that song. Devil Church. Has a bit of swell to it. Dance Macabre, obviously. Dominion. Really cool. It's probably one of my favorite transition songs. Okay, I know people love Death of Satan's Eyes. I just don't. I just think it's very wacky. Like that opening guitar, like the. It's just like, okay, what happened? Elizabeth as Enter Sandman. I've not heard their cover of Enter Sandman. Faith is Mine. Yeah, I'll give that an A from the big homes of the bit. As Genesis. Genesis is, I think, the only instrumental that's gonna get an S for me. Just because I love that song. Griftwood, like I said, my favorite song probably. Black Light Guides You. Does that get an S? I'm thinking. No, that gets an A. Here Comes the Sun. I think I've only listened to their live version. I'll just put all of them down here, just to give it the benefit of the doubt. He is obviously gets an S. Oh, Elvis Fonster might get an S as well. I do love some Elvis Fonster. What's an A? I believe another cover. Idolatrine. I love some Idolatrine. That's a pretty great song. Imperium. That is one of the greatest openings. Infesti Sumam is the greatest opening, though, I'd imagine. Not counting like songs that open like, is it fair to compare like Infesti Sumam to Spirit? No. Okay, If You Have Ghosts also gets to be the exception, because like it's If You Have Ghosts, so it gets an S. I mean, they've basically made that their song. Gigolo Armageddon is an S. I feel like everyone's heard the acoustic cover it by now, but if you haven't, definitely check that out. There's about 1 million versions of it that they do for radio or on tour, or, here's Arion, S, Kiss the Go-Goat, S. This one, everyone is going to flame me for. I have not heard La Mantra Mori. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep on meaning to get around to it, and I never do, and I'm so ashamed. One day, Life Eternal is, back when Prequel was the only album I had heard. Wow. Majesty. Never been a huge fan of it. Miasma. Oh, okay, if I'm getting Alphetus Monster an S, do I get Miasma an S as well? That feels like the right thing to do, but just for some reason in my heart, I don't want to. Yeah, no, call me crazy. I'm gonna keep it how it is. It's Mariana Cross. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Again, I know you guys are gonna get mad at me here for even considering this. Yeah, it's Monstrous Clock. Midos gets an A. It's a very solid song. Cover. Yeah, A. Prime Mover, another A. Probamoria, that's like I don't know. I don't get why people are super into that song. I think it's repetitive. It's very that opening. I don't know. Rats. I'm just playing it in my mind right now. Okay, yeah, I looked at A. It's better than all the songs in A. There's been Spinal Fields, Ritual. I think Saint Veronic is an A for me. Again, I know people love secular A's. That's, Square Hammer, though, we can all agree on that. The Spillways, of course. Spirit, love some Spirit. Spokes Not. Really pretty song, only problem is it's 1 minute long. Stand By Him, that's a good B if I'm being honest. See the Light, it's an A. Waiting for the Night, another cover. Witch Image, oh man. I think Witch Image is the fan favorite. Actual fans of Ghost all agree Witch Image is probably one of the best songs that Tobias has written. And I'm one of them. Because it's Witch Image, man. Watcher in the Sky. Yeah. Because I keep on it's all these songs where it's objectively good. I'm just not super into it. And then I look at A and I'm just well, it's better than all of these. It's just super repetitive. but Year Zero is obvious. Oh my gosh, and Zenith. Yeah. Alright. So, here we go. That is my tier list. So, oh, and I said I was gonna do Skeletor. So, Peacefield gets an S. So does Lacrima and Satanized and Guiding Lights. Let's see. De Profundis Borealis. That gets an A. Yeah, that gets an A. Cenotaph. That also gets an A. And the next would be Massilia Amori, which is probably the funniest song on that album. That is such a funny song. Yeah, like the problem with all the Ghost songs is they're just objectively good, so it's hard to give them not like a perfect score. That gets an A as well. Mark's the Evil One. Oh, it's just, he writes such good choruses. Mark's the Evil One gets an A. Yeah. Umbra gets an S. And so does Excelsis. There you go. So, yeah, that is exclusively an SNA album. And I think it's kind of benefited by the fact that there are no, it's a double-edged sword, because all the instrumentals and transitions help make a Ghost album, you know what I mean? Where it makes it feel more whole and thought out and like an experience. But at the same time, if you look at it objectively, that means each song is a hit. So, yeah, but there you go. So that is my tier list, including Skeletor and Spirit. Not and Spirit, like Skeletor is in Spirit. But there you go. It looks very heavy on Meliora and Impera up here. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. I know on my other Ghost video, a lot of you said that you guys are fellow Ghost fans and would love to see more. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know if you want even more, and maybe like what you would want to see. Because I would love to give Ghost the same treatment that I gave the Beatles back like a year or two ago. I would love to make this entire channel just like primarily about Ghost for as long as I can, I guess. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more and what you want to see more of when it comes to Ghost. But thank you very much for watching, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you can at least give me some mercy when it comes to judging my opinions on these songs.